Hello there, today I'm going to be talking to you about the thing which can stop us going for our dreams or our goals. Now, it's usually something that we've been told. Now, it could be the media. The media can say we should act and be a certain way. Maybe the class system that we should be a certain way. Maybe we were taught that way through school, through our parents, through our siblings, through our friends. You see, every minute of the day, the chances are we are bombarded with what we can or cannot do. It's almost like people are projecting what they think we should go for, or how we should look, how we should be, what type of money we should be earning, how much, if we should be having a full-time job or starting your own business. There's all these kind of thoughts being bombarded in our mind because of the external world around us. Now, here's the thing though. Other people's perceptions of who should tell you, other people's perceptions telling you how you should be or why you should be a certain way is none of your business. And I say that with the greatest respect to those around you, but I want you to realize that their perceptions for you do not have to be a reality. Other people's opinions of you do not need to be a reality. Now, I know it's very hard because in our environment, they can have an effect on us. They can weigh us down if someone keeps on telling us, what are you doing that for? Why are you going for that goal? You'll never make it. That industry is way too hard to be a singer or an actor, or who says you're allowed to have financial abundance? Now, all these thoughts, with the greatest of intentions, because obviously they're saying those things for a reason, are their perceptions, and they do not have to be your perception. Now, to me, in my life right now, your perception is the only thing that I really care about, because you're listening to this, you want to step up, you want to be able to make a change in your life, you want to go for that goal, you want to get that health, relationships, career, money, whatever it is that you desire, you want those things. Now, I care about your perception. So what you perceive to be true. And think about your belief systems that you may have. The belief systems which say maybe you're not worthy or you're not good enough to go for that X, Y, Z. Where do those beliefs come from? They're going to come from your environment. Your environment dictates how you should see the world. You could say people telling you things, or the things that you see in the world are your validation or your evidence to what can or cannot be possible. This is just simply the way it is. It doesn't have to be that way, but the way we're grown up, we're like a sponge when we're younger. We're just absorbing everything. And if we've been in that environment which has said you cannot do that or you're not good enough, then those evaluations become your perception. They become your truths. Now it's time to turn the tide, because I believe in you. And I say that with I hope you get that I really do believe in you, because I'm saying that with truth here. I know that you can go for the goals that you desire. I'm not going to say it's easy, so I'm going to be very clear on that. I'm not going to say, oh, go for your dream. It's going to be a dream just getting to the dream, because yes, it can take time, it can take work. But if you're not putting time into it, you're not putting work into it, the chances are that goal or dream is not worth its while, because you just have it by now. So think about, yes, you'll have to take time to cultivate your thoughts, to cultivate even your environment. So therefore, we don't have to put our thoughts into those situations or around those people. And if you do have to go around those people, because I know, so maybe you go see your family and say your family do not have the greatest perception or outlook on the world of what is possible. Now, I'm not saying we should not hang around with our family, but what I want you to be clear on, every time you see your family member in this situation, or whoever's saying how you should see the world, that's just their perception. Now, where did that come from? Well, the chances are they were told the exact same thing, maybe through their environment of the media, their parents, their siblings, their experience, whatever it is, they've come to that conclusion. I just don't want you to come to that conclusion based on other people's conclusions. Sounds very meta, doesn't it? So I want you to break free of that and realize that from this place right here, you can be strong and realize that that's their perception. You're here, but that's their perception. Because their perception is because they haven't got an example of someone who's done it. Now, here's the awesome thing about making changes in your life when you have people like that in your environment who are saying it cannot be possible. You see, when you make it possible, you refuse to buy into that perception. You refuse to give in. You refuse to give up. And you persist, you learn and you grow. You go through your trials and tribulations. You go through perceived failures, but they're not really failures. They're just feedback to do something else or to learn from it. When you go through that journey of power, of realizing your potential, you will then be the example for what is possible. You'll be the example to those people in your environment who said it's not possible, that it is possible. And not only possible, they know someone who's doing it. You're ultimately going to be the change you want to see in the world. So obviously that's a bit Gandhi, but think about it. Be the change you want to even see in others. So if someone's perception is one of closed-mindedness, or one of you can't do that, or perception of you don't deserve it, who told you you're allowed to go for that goal or dream? You be the example that they need to change. You light up in their life an opportunity, an idea, a new assumption, a new conclusion, a new evaluation that says, yes, it is possible. As I said, it's not always easy because we're being bombarded, but I want you to take time to step back and go, look, is this my belief of what is possible? Is this really my perception of my pure potentiality? Or is it someone else's? Now, if it's someone else's, you go, okay, I appreciate that. I maybe know where it came from, maybe from their experience. Having watched this video, you know that their experience, their people they surrounded with in their environment, they were told to be a certain way, but you do not have to be that. So you step back and realize that is their perception. That is what it's all about. You need to step back and realize that, hey, I can do this. I am worthy, I am capable, and yes, it will take hard work, but whatever happens, I am going to take responsibility for my life. I'm not going to give in to excuses. I'm not going to give in to reasons as to why I should be like I am or why I should stay in this situation. Instead, I'm going to look for other examples in the world that says, yes, I can. So you can then begin to look at that. You can begin to look at those people, those experiences in history where someone was told something was not possible, but suddenly stepped up and showed it. Now it's everywhere in history, from all the breakthroughs, from all the people who stood up to parts of history like rights to certain races, to genders. People stood up and made a change and change your perception of the masses. Now I want you to realize and look for those examples which say yes, you can, because the reasons why you cannot, the reasons as to the blocks which are stopping you, those are just perceptions. Those perceptions came about your experience or other people's experience telling you what is possible and not possible. Now it's time to give up those illusionary excuses. Now, if you know me, I'm not into reasons or excuses as to why I should be just stuck in a situation or why anyone else should. Despite the financial economy, despite our experience, despite our environment, I believe if we assume responsibility, we allow life to be a product of what we choose to create. So rather than being a product of life, you choose to see what you want to see. You seek out the opportunities. You seek out the learnings. And that means you're pre-teaching your unconscious mind. You're pre-teaching the psychology of looking for new perceptions which empower you. So that's what you got to go back to. Am I going to take on other people's perception and just live that way? Or am I going to buy into my own ideals, my own vision? Am I going to fuel my vision and be the example to those in my environment, rather just taking on everyone else's example of how you should be? It's not always easy, but it's a perfect strategy which will allow you to excel. It will allow you to get better and grow. It will allow you to see the truth. At the end of the day, it's down to you. You have to really step up, take responsibility, and realize that other people's opinions, other people's expectations and perceptions of what you should go for, how you should be, are none of your business. Go back to the core self of you. Look on the inside universe of you. Develop that inner connection of the inside world of you. And as you do, you will begin to seek new challenges and opportunities on the outside world. The more you go within and work on that rapport with yourself and really resolving limiting belief through maybe my hypnosis or my book or other people's work, the more you begin to grow as a person, the more you'll be able to see in your world. You'll be planting those seeds not only in your unconscious mind, but also others around you. Now let's just give you an example of my stuff. Now, I was actually told that what I was planning to do all this free work was not economical for me to live abundantly, would not be perceived as great value, so therefore people would dismiss it, dislike it, and not even use it. Now, if I really took in that perception, those belief systems, I will not be doing this video today or all my other 200 plus videos, or all my 200 plus audios, all my free apps, or anything. They just would not exist. So I'm an example, and I'm not saying that to impress you whatsoever, because if anything, I want to give you a realistic person who used to blush, be anxious, have low self-esteem, be overweight, and be in debt, all those things, dropped out of college, was terrible at school, all those things, yet I managed to do it. Now, that should impress you to the point that if I can do it, anyone can do it. I promise you that, because I've had to learn these tools by investing my time and energy. And that's all I ask of you, to be conscious and to be investing in time and energy to make the changes you want. And today, because of those stepping up actions, taking responsibility for my life, I'm in control of my life, and I do not buy into other people's expectations to me. I may appreciate where they're coming from, understand, and not even battle people when they say I can or cannot. I'm just focusing on my own game. I'm focusing on what my own dreams are, and I'm going for it. And I think that's the best way to avoid the conflict, because we're not saying who is right or wrong, we're just saying what is right for you as a person. So I really hope you enjoyed that, and if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and leave me a comment. Maybe write a comment of what goals and dreams you're going to go for the remaining half of this year. If you are listening to this my audio, please go ahead and leave a review of maybe how this is impacting your life, all the audios that I'm providing for free. Because at the end of the day, if you do, that means other people will feel comfortable and confident in downloading the apps as well. And then they can get all the audio, which is freely available. Yeah, there's in-app purchases, I know. I mean, it's very expensive to create audio. I don't know, I've spent thousands of hours in recording and editing, let alone building and investing in buying apps and web server space and hosting and things like that. So yeah, there's in-app purchases. But at the end of the day, you don't have to buy those. Just download all of the audio, really take advantage of it. So please just go ahead and maybe leave a review, and that will be perfect. So have the most wonderful day. Always know that you're worthy, good enough, and capable. I really believe in you. And like I said, if you're watching this video, hopefully you can see the whites of my eyes and actually get that energy off me, because I really do believe in you, and you are so worthy. And it's our time to thrive. I want you to thrive, to be the best you. So I hope that bit of advice and learnings that you can apply in your life will make that change. So have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Many thanks and goodbye.